you to Soul Edge. And now, to Chapter 6. Chapter 6, Stage 1, Castle of the Dead. Traveling east, you came upon the ruins of a castle. For a moment, you wondered if the work was of the knights, but it was clear that much time had passed since the castle fell into ruins. You entered the castle in order to get a view of the land ahead of you. Looking to the east from the top of the castle wall, you saw an ominous-looking mountain range above the horizon beyond the flat plain. You wondered if perhaps that was the place that held Soul Edge. In a hurry to be on your way, you crossed through the central garden and came face to face with its giant stone monument, to which inscribed, "Rest in peace, our brothers. Head to the right and do not lose your way in the court of the dead." In a field of graves, presumably, those who have lived in the castle lay on the other side of the monument. Standing before the exit to the castle was a man clad in armor. It seemed he was the gatekeeper. He drew his weapon and moved forward to rid the holy place of its intruder. Keep the enemy within the time limit. No strict stipulation, but you have to get by this big guy. So, well, we'll see. Getting by Berserker and his big axe. Owie! He's big, he's bulky, and probably the best way to... Owie! Probably the best way to get rid of him is with the ring out. So, get over here, get over here. Owie! Oh. Now let's try again. Get out of here! Otherwise, you could use somebody who's a little more powerful than Link here. But now, the city of Nashira. The history of the city of Nashira revolved around its combat arena and was known for its city of gamblers. The bustling townsfolk gave the place the feel of a miniature Fenistash. When you entered Nashira, it was another day of burly warriors seeking challenges and gamblers seeking riches. Perhaps you could find information about the knights here. You asked a young townsperson for directions to the arena and made your way over through it. Upon passing the gate, a great cheer arose around you. You walked through the entrance for new challengers. You stood cursing your luck as the onlookers stared at you, trying to size up your strength. The prize money doubles with each win. Gauge your strength and win the matches. You only need to win the first match, though. But you can try to win all 5 if you want. And all these characters here will be... Owie! Come on! Go, fall to the hammer! Fall to the hammer that is... Anyway, I'm only going to go through the first battle. I will show you all... I will probably show you what it will look like going all the way through 5, but since for time, do something else. And now, Sagina's Temple. As you left the temple in which you spent the night, the monk said to you, "Be careful, traveler. Someone in the area was ambushing passers-by." Several skilled warriors from the arena in Nashira had already become victims. Was that the work of those you sought? Thanking the monk for his warning, you headed out to the temple. While walking along the path along the river, a woman suddenly jumped out from the nearby bushes and blocked your path. She brandished a huge weapon disproportionate to her body. She wasn't one of the ones you saw in Mizar, but it's possible they added members to their ranks since then. You had to be careful. It was clear that this woman was the one attacking travelers. She didn't look like she had any intention of holding a conversation. There was no choice but to fight. The enemy's weapon has the ability to guard break. Defeat the enemy under this condition. Well, this is time for our last Soul Calibur character. But here is Arma, Halberder of Skunis. And here is Song Mina. And really, Just a simple fight there. And if you want to put her related to a character, she fights a little similar to Keelik. But now we get the character Song Mina. And now we can go to the Cryothermal Ridge, or we can head our way over to the Siam Ruins. The Cryothermal Ridge, might as well get it done, because this is actually a bit of a challenge to do if you don't know how to do it. If you follow this road, Master, it will lead you to the Cryothermal Ridge. After losing to you, Arma vowed to mend her ways and stop attacking travelers. She began to call you Master. According to her, a famous warrior lived in Cryothermal Ridge. Several days ago, she saw a group of men heading out to the ridge. You chose to follow their trail, but there was no one found at the ridge. Only a dirt mound with a sword jutting out of it, surrounded by flowers. By the condition of the sword and the dirt, it was clear that the grave was fresh. You realized there had been a battle meal here. Yet, if the man of the ridge was the one that was killed, who had placed these flowers? Don't move. It was not enough that you take my master's life. Have you come now to desecrate his grave as well? Turning around, you faced a swordswoman brandishing a weapon. You tried to explain, but she didn't listen. Silence! Listen up, dog of Pharaoh. You better not let down your guard just because I'm a woman. My toughness exceeded even that of my master. I'll prove it. Faced with no other choice, you drew your weapon. And you need to guard and peck the enemy's attack. Nothing else will defeat her. You must guard and pack. So just start getting ready to guard and pack. I can't seem to... Now I'm gonna end up... Got her! Got her with 1 second left. Timing on this kind of stunk. We classed up to Platinum Apprentice, level 11. Let's see. We have enough time to get through the Siam Ruins, but I don't think we'll have enough time to get through the dungeon. This is the way to the underground passage, Master, but it is known as a filthy place, and everyone steers clear of it. Arma continued to consider herself your disciple. She was knowledge about the area, and according to her, an old underground passage just laid ahead. You remember the 3 gates you heard about in Altair. Perhaps this passage led to the second one. After traveling for a while, the spirit sword suddenly began to resonate, as if reacting to something. Wondering at this, you began to search for the location that caused the strongest response. You soon arrived at an old ruin hidden from the opposite shore of the river, not far from the path. I was surprised at first that someone like you would make it here, but now that I'm seeing that you have Soul Calibur, what would the priest at Altair thinking? The young man in the ruin spoke to you as he looked at the spirit sword in your hand. It appeared you were not welcome. I know that you are nothing more than another fool in search of Soulage. Leave now, he said, as he pointed his weapon at you, or this place will be your grave. The enemy's weapon absorbs life. Defeat the enemy under this condition. Well, we get introduced to another key character here, Bastion, Guardian of the Empire.
Now, 2 souls are fiercely entangled.
And he has Ramdao, which will absorb life. And it's actually... But that shouldn't be any concern to you because it's not going to take away much life. It's really not going to take away much life. See, very simple. New feature's been unlocked. And we get extra survival standard mode. And now we go to the new stage, the Underground Juno. Well, seeing as how we don't have enough time to get through this dungeon, I'll continue it up in the next time. So next time on Soul Calibur 2, we'll go through and start the Underground Juno dungeon. See you later, guys. Just starting over saying, logging off.